Hello and welcome to Lexi Knits or Vorpal Den. I'm still going to keep the name for the Lexi Knits for the tutorials. Today we're going to learn the Tunisian Simple Stitch, or otherwise known as the Afghan Stitch. Now, this right here is a cover that I made for quick mopping for my Swiffer. It's reusable and this is 100% cotton. Now, to start this, you're going to want cotton yarn, 100% cotton. This is Peaches and Cream. It's one of my favorites. A crochet hook that is meant for the Tunisian or Afghan stitch. The difference is that it's a crochet hook, but it's longer, and it has a closed end, so your work doesn't fall off. And this is a 5.5 mm that goes quite well with our 100% cotton yarn. And then I have a ruler, and what I did is I measured the length of the Swiffer, and it was about like 9.5, so that's how long you'll want to make your project. Just measure it out when you're done doing your chain stitch, and then you will do about 8 inches for so it tucks nicely around your work. So you're going to want to measure to make sure that it goes. Now, take your yarn. Let me get this. Oop, I'm messing up the camera here. And what you're going to do first is decide how long you want that tail. And I usually do a shorter tail, so 3 to 4 inches. And then you're going to wrap it around your finger, and I always do it like this. And then I grab it, and then I pull through, ta-da, and you have a slip stitch. And then you're going to get your hook and stick it in, and then you're going to tighten it. And then you're going to put your working yarn between your pinky and your finger, your index finger. Now this is just to keep tension, and then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and I'm not going to do as many. 3, 4, 7. I'm going to do 10 so you can see the work. So basically I've done a chain stitch, and if you're familiar, that's how you would start out any of your work. The only difference is that you're going to go into your second loop, like so. Wrap the yarn and pull through. And if you're familiar with knitting, you keep your work on the hook. So here it is, it's kind of like a knit crochet. And you're going to go through all of these chain loops and pull through. Let me get this close up. And be careful with the cotton, because it does kind of have a tendency to unravel a little bit when you're working with it. And you're just going to keep on pulling through like so. And when you get to this last one, you go through and then you chain 1, and then you're going to go through 2 loops. So basically you pull and go through 2, pull and go through 2. Okay, I'm just pulling my yarn a little bit. Now this is what you have when you first begin. Now you're going to see these loops right here. Now this is the loop that you're going to go through to go back. What you're going to do is you're going to stick it through and pull. And your loops are back on the bar, or on the hook. And then you're going to pull through, go through your loop, pull that yarn through. And this is actually called the knit stitch on the Tunisian crochet. And I will do another tutorial on how to do a purl. A purl is actually when you pull the yarn to the front. This is to the back. As you can see, it's behind the hook. Again, when you get here, I like to go through the 2 loops at the end and pull them through. Oop, hold on. Having some technical difficulties here. Okay. So basically, go through. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, so when this happens, as you can see, it's kind of coming apart. I just make sure to go through all of it so it's not difficult. And this is just because I've gone through it a couple of times to try to perfect this tutorial. Haha. Okay, so go through, pull through. That's a joy here. Let's try this again. Eee! Okay. Again, that 1 loop, and then pull through. And you always do kind of like an extra loop on the left-hand side, so it keeps it square instead of, I guess, decreasing. Okay, so I'm just going to keep at it, and you can keep on watching. It's nice and quiet. Tunisian crochet is amazing. It does really nice, tight work. And that's why it's one of my favorites. Okay. I'm going to do 1 more row for you, and then I'm going to show you how to bind this off. And I hope I'm not going too fast. Dun, da, da, da. Getting to the end. And on occasion, you'll make a slip up and you'll try to do 3, but that's okay. Just make sure that you keep it. And this is what it looks like. And that's why I used the colored yarn instead, so you could see it. Hopefully you can see this okay. Okay. So now that we're going to bind off, what you're going to do is what you did before. You're going to go in through that first loop, like so. Of course, pull in, and instead of keeping the 2 loops on the hook, you're going to pull the one that you just made all the way through that first loop. And then you're going to go to the second one and do the same thing. 2 loops, pull it through, and as you can see, it's binding off your work. And what I usually do when I do this is I do this all the way around the work, and that seals it off. And another thing that I do is once I tuck in my tails and my other the loose ends, I actually get a needle and thread and just sew it in. And okay, so here it is. It's binded off. And I go to the next one, and I just kind of go right through and pull it through. And you're just kind of tucking it around those two edges. And as you can see, you're just going all the way around, and you'll do the same thing, just go. And of course, you'll cut it, and then secure it, and that is the Tunisian Simple Stitch or Afghan Stitch. And what you will do for your Swiffer cover is just make sure that you measure the length of it, or the width of it, which is 10 inches, about 10 inches, and then about 8 inches, so it tucks perfectly into the little pincher thingies. I don't know what they're called. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if the video helped you. Have a good day.